There we are.
There we are.
Good morning.
Good morning, Minnesota.
I like a large caramel macchiato with an extra shot and whipped cream, please.
Coming up.
Wait, hold on. How much is that?
$4.85.
Okay, better drop the extra shot. What does that make it?
$4.20.
Better make it a small. What does that make it?
$3.30.
Better drop the whipped cream. What does that make it?
Less calories.
Oh my God, and he flew all the way to New York to tell me that. That's so romantic.
It's beautiful, really.
You're not even allowed to leave the state.
What's that now?
When you want to talk sports, you ask folks who have seen it all up close. So on the Al Travis Show, we go with the guys at the end of the bench. Time to talk all things sports.
We got a lot to talk about today as well. Hello, John. Hello, Dan. The guys at the end of the bench. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Be better. Feeling
Well,
a little
how are you?
sick than earlier in the week. So
Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better. But, yeah, we could be doing better. Just about every sports team could be doing better. But let's bust them down quick. Minnesota Vikings, I tell you, you can just see the difference in teams. Last night, the Lions just took a good Cowboys team, whooped them up 44-30. We're losing our grip on the North. But I want to get your opinion, just real quick. Do we win or lose against the Commanders? I believe we're actually down 2.5 points here at home, which means it's a 5-point difference, folks, as far as that goes. Do we take the Commanders, yes or no? I'll start with Dan because he's looking away he's doing that thing like in sixth grade. If the teacher asks a question, look away. Maybe she won't call me. Dan, your
I
thoughts?
can't see it on the radio. I can't see it. On the radio.
So you're just looking away.
Oh,
Your thoughts?
what an ugly game. I honestly have no. I'll be honest. I have no clue, but I will give it a Vikings win in like a 19-16, and that might even be a high score.
Oh, well, okay. The over-under is 42. Okay.
There's no way, no chance.
John,
But then again,
go ahead.
Washington has 108
Yeah.
passing rater against
Yeah.
them this year.
Oh, it could get tough. John, your thoughts? Who wins? What's going on?
They're not going to make that over under. No way. Do we know who's starting? Is McCarthy starting for
McCarthy is JJ's back. He was full practice
right.
yesterday. No concussions symptoms.
Well, I'll give us the win like Dan, but reluctantly, I'll say 14-13.
All right, here comes
It's going to rely on kickers.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Who kicks the best? Well, we got a great kicker. That's good in our far. Let me ask you this, and I am not calling for the heads of anybody. I think JJ is too young to be judged already. The paper today was all about they're freeing up some mind space for him. Let him stop thinking about his feet, just making plays. And I'm like, the free mindset. When you're 22, 23 years old, you thought about girls and sports cars and you have money, and he's got all the money. So, free up your mind space. If that's where we're at, like Dan's doing if that's where we're at, we got real issues. Now, I don't blame the kid. I really don't blame Brosma. But let's be honest, the Wolves have to blame somebody. They spent $350 million, some goofy number like that, to beef up this team for this year. And we went from a 14-win team to a 4. You guys are betting 5-win team now. Is it KOC that should be scared? Is it Quenza Adolfo? Menza? Kwesi? What? Who do you think is in trouble, John? Is anybody in trouble? Will the Wolves just eat it?
I think it's the GM. Although they said they picked who KOC wanted, but if they're going to pick a fall guy, it would be him. And I'm not
the
saying
general
he
manager,
will.
Kwesi. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was unconventional from kind of the start.
A big numbers analyst. He's a big analyst guy, and we got this little short quarterback who, won games. Dan, are you with him on that? And what do we got to get to keep their job? If they're 4, you win today 5, and you maybe win between Detroit or Green Bay, some cross-town rivals. Is that enough? Can we get to 6 wins and save a job?
I think I think they probably could. I don't know. I think the mess is bigger than GM or head coach. I don't know.
Oh.
I honestly would be more concerned. I think coaching is probably more of a problem right now, but somebody's got to get at least some serious you're on the you're on the hot seat sort of thing here, but because they spent all this money, and this year, every other team spends $40 million on their quarterback.
Yeah.
And that did not, and obviously the Vikings are not doing that. They spent all this money everywhere else. They should have a huge advantage, right?
Well, that's the miscalculation there. All right, we got to go on. We have more things to be discussed about. I don't know if you guys have read this. Byron Buxton, the ESPN put on the possible trade list, the top 25. In the top 10, mind you, of the ESPN trade list, let me throw this out to you. Byron Buxton at number 5, Joe Ryan at 6, and Pablo Lopez at 8. Okay, who's left? You're going to get rid of Twins, the weird bear guy? I mean, there's nothing left in the
TC.
Twins arsenal. Casey, thank you.
No, TC, no.
Dan, can you believe that list is out?
No, I actually I do, because it's I mean, why wouldn't these guys be in the top 10 right now? Not because it makes sense. It's because, I mean, how hard you got to work as a team, as an ownership group, to make Byron Buxton, to drive him, push him so hard. He clearly still doesn't want to leave, but it's more of a, if you guys are just going to keep doing this, I suppose I'll take a trade. I suppose I'll take, if you guys are just going to keep, if you guys are going to keep forcing, if you're going to keep, basically telling me I should go for the sake of the ownership. I don't know. I'm just looking at this claim of being in so much debt. It's clearly not a baseball problem. It is clearly not a baseball problem. They have been well below the median, not the average, the median payroll for over 10 years here now.
Yeah.
And there's no way they are losing $500 million over those 7 to 10 years on the baseball team. No chance.
I would doubt that, because I think they put a lot of money into some of the crappiest uniforms ever, and they're lying in boxes downstairs in the basement that no one bought. So I think there is probably $400 million worth of crap clothing that they could sell off on a. John, your thoughts? The 3 best players we have had in years, and they're all up for grabs. If you want them, come get them, because we're going to take a lot of prospects. That's what we're going to take.
And I joked about that half seriously with Dan and another friend of ours on Facebook about how next year's team is already looking like a AAA squad, because. And I told somebody else in another post, I said, we'll develop a guy, he'll be good, and then we'll trade him away for prospects. And that's all we'll ever be, is a prospecting team full of potential, but never achieving that potential. I think maybe it's time to go the Green Bay Packer route and make this a fan-owned franchise.
Yeah, there's no way the MLB is going to do that, because they see what happens with Green Bay and that you lose all control. They're not going to do it. But I think if you're going to take the ownership's route and you look at this, they've lost $400 million. Oh, you must feel sorry for them. Wait a minute, the team they bought for $40 million is worth $1.5 billion, and they didn't sell it. They're making their money hand over fist in the legacy market. Minnesotans don't seem to care. We like Target Field. We'll go sit out there. Yeah, that's my point. They turned down $1 billion because I think in the long run, Minnesotans will take this. We've been taking it for how long? 92?
We're taking it. We're the ones taking it.
That's what I'm saying. And we keep doing it. But Dan, we take it, and why would you do anything different? Hey, there's another $400 million. We just don't play Buxton.
I think there is going to be a massive drop off in fan turnout this upcoming year if this all goes through as we expect. There should be anyway. But but the sad part is, I think I mentioned this to John earlier, the other friends earlier this week. I'm still the guy that'll still stay with it, because I just, I'm an addict. I can't give it up. But I'm rare though. I'm the exception, I think.
We got to throw this out there. I think the only way this changes is if the fan duels who had just spent money to be the sports channel, or this, who's going to put, whoever that person is that's going to spend money to put these on television, and they lose their shorts. Because if you're a cable company and you're going to try to charge somebody $30 a month extra to get the Twins, that money's going to go away and those people will hoot and holler. And then I think we have a chance. You know what I'm saying? I just think people are going to go nuts. We got to go to break. More things to talk about. Some of it good. Have you guys heard about the Wilds or the Gophers or something? We'll get to some good stuff. Yeah, I see your hat, John. John's always got a hat for every team. Back after this with more.
This
When the stakes are high at the Minnesota Capitol, you need more than a lobbyist, you need a partner. At Momentum Advocacy, we bring nearly 90 years of combined experience in government relations, public affairs, and strategic communications. From nonprofits to national corporations, we help organizations navigate Minnesota's political landscape with integrity, insight, and results. Whether you need legislative champions or headlines, Momentum Advocacy delivers. For more, visit momentum-advocacy.com. Momentum Advocacy, your friends at the Capitol.
The Al Travis Show, the last place you can go and hear all sides. Respectful, thoughtful, and grateful.
Grateful having John and Dan, the guys at the end of the bench, talking sports with us. Ready to jump on a bandwagon. I don't care what the bandwagon is. I'm a bandwagon jumper. I need something I can be happy about. That win by the Minnesota Gophers basketball team against 22nd ranked Indiana out of flipping nowhere. Home opener at the Barn. Beat them by 9. That's the sort of thing I can. Like Cade Tyson, Langston Reynolds, Isaac Asuma, and all 5 Gophers. I don't know the names of these people. I don't know who they are. The little Al Travises of the world, right? The little nobodies come out of nowhere and they beat the Giants. This is what I need. Dan, tell me how much fun that was or is. That would fill that barn?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this team came out of nowhere. They have not, even this preseason when they're playing.
They're 5-4 in the preseason. Yes,
they were okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reasonable teams they played, they lost. I mean, they played Missouri, they lost. I mean, it wasn't even all that close. So I don't know where this came from, but that's fun. It's
the ultimate David and Goliath. No one saw that coming. Vegas lost their shorts. Only some kid at the university put some money down, which he shouldn't do. It's illegal in Minnesota. And, that's the only guy. John, your thoughts. How cool is that? You're just smiling ear to John. You're going to say
I was astounded. I mean, I looked at halftime and I thought, I thought they're going to hang at halftime. Sure.
Mhm.
They'll hang in there, but when's the last time Gopher fans stormed the court at Williams Arena? I have no idea when that happened. And they
It's a
stormed
true
the court
statement.
because we beat a ranked team. When's the last time we even beat a ranked team? I don't think Johnson's squad ever beat a ranked team.
No, I don't think
So
you did.
We're talking years. This was a huge victory.
Congratulations to the boys. I have no idea if that means we're on to something and they figured something out, if it's just a fluky when they play Purdue on Wednesday the 10th. So next Wednesday, we'll worry about them as we get closer. Let's talk your
Number one
hockey.
ranked.
Yeah, let's put your wild hat on. What do they call him? The Wall from St. Paul. He fell yesterday, but I mean, let's be honest. They've won points in 12 consecutive games. They're up to third. I honestly didn't think we were going to go undefeated the rest of the year. So okay, this happens. Dan, how does one guy turn things around? Only in hockey, right? Only in hockey can one player turn the whole thing around, the whole organization.
Even that's the thing, because in this 12-game point streak, it was still pretty much 50-50
Yep.
between Wallstead and Gus. I mean, Gus was in goal last night for the loss, but he still didn't play badly.
Mhm.
So it's been, I hate to say it, I mean, it sounds overly simplified, but it's like they kind of like figured out their stuff. They figured
Love
out who they are, but I don't know. That's because it's not been all, it's not been all Kaprizov.
Yeah.
It hasn't. I mean, he's been their star, but it's lots of contributions. But yeah, I mean, I do think there's the momentum gained by just knowing you've got something special there in goal behind you. There is something to be said to that.
John, I know you're a Wild fan. Is it bandwagon jumping time, or did I miss it? And now we lost a game. We might be heading back, playing more normal. Did I miss my opportunity to be on the bandwagon, or is this team still flying?
No, they're still flying. It was going to come to an end at some point, right? Now,
Yeah.
Calgary's not a great team right now, but they've always been a tough nemesis for us, even when they're have a losing record. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was disappointed, but I'm not, downbeat about it. Now they can just start another streak. That's how I look at it. So the team's rocking, man.
All right, so you're still feeling pretty good about it. Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. We'll keep an eye on them. And then, of course, it's the hometown squad, the Minnesota Timberwolves, with a 4-game winning streak, and I give them credit for that. The last 2 games against just the crappiest Pelican teams. They might as well be the Gophers. I don't know a guy on that team that's playing. They've won 3 games all year. The first game with them in Minnesota took an overtime win. We're actually losing the game with 7 seconds to play. So then last night, I'm like, okay, it's over there. Let's see if we don't just put them down. I turned it off. We were down by a couple of points in going into the fourth. And I said, I'm not staying up for this. I'm not going to waste my time. Now, we won the game. We had to have all 5 starters in for the entire fourth quarter to pull a win off over the Pelicans. We had 20 turnovers. I'm going to start with you, John. John, this team isn't building a lot of confidence with a 4-game winning streak because they're ugly wins.
Well, true, but for some reason, the Pelicans, as bad as they are, have always had our number. Remember last year, I think we were leading the league, and we went down there and got tromped by them?
Yeah.
And it was like, the Pelicans? Come on.
Well, that's
So
my
for some
point.
reason, they are that thorn in our side, and I don't know why they can't. They should be putting these guys down by 30 points or more easily with our talent.
That's exactly my point, and especially you have to play your 5 starters the entire fourth quarter.
Yes.
This is a game where they should be sitting down and taking a real little relaxation break. Dan, am I wrong?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You should be able to. What was it? How long did Ant play? It wasn't this game, but wasn't it the previous one before that where he played like every minute up until like 5 minutes left in the game or something? That's like he played every single minute in that. I'm a little bit worried about Ant. His scoring is coming back.
Yep.
But his play seems to be even more inconsistent. He had 8 of those 20 turnovers against the Pelicans, and that there's no excuse for that.
It shows we have to have a guard. and a point guard, and a point guard that he can respect, right? I mean, that's the other thing. You're playing without a mind games. Somebody he respects, say, you take the ball, you'll get me in the play. Because right now there seems to be a lot of I got to be Ant and I got to do Ant things. He's got to have somebody he respects that can run the offense and he'll trust it. We got to do something because if the Pelicans give us this, and I get it, John, but there's not one Pelican on there. Zion isn't there anymore. The big guy, he's not there anymore. We should have run him off the court, and we did not. I'm a little concerned, but it's a 4-game winning streak. Woo! We'll see how they do. I got to fly. I'm out of time. Dan, John, appreciate you guys being here as always. Get you guys back in here Monday. Go Vikings, please.
Go Vikings.
Oh, good God, please go Vikings.